Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I figured let's do a garden walkthrough. We've been working on a few things, mending some beds, mulching, prepping things for spring, and also we can check in on our winter sowing jugs and see how they are doing. Hope you're staying warm. Hope you are getting your things ready, winter sowing, starting seeds however you choose, and getting your garden spot ready. Now is the time. Come along. All right. So, first things first is this kale and onion bed. As you can see, the frost has been a little rough on them, but we just pick those off and give them to the chickens. They enjoy it very, very, very much. We have this broccoli that I'm still waiting on for it to flower. But over here, we have those winter sowing jugs. If you watched the video on the Dollar Tree containers that I did, I'm going to check in on these and see if anything's germinating. Let's see. This one is the thyme. It has not, but the arugula, as you can see, has a lot of green in it. Let me open that up for you so you can see. It's doing very well. So I'm excited about that. I'll be ready to plant out in no time. I'll close it back up and let it keep doing what it's doing. Oh, those bachelor buttons, they are doing awesome. Let me get the camera in there so you can see how well they are. The bachelor buttons are doing awesome. See, they're getting ready to put on some new leaves. I think these over here in the other jug are doing awesome also. Ooh. Let me see if anything else is coming up. Let's see here. We got some dill. It has germinated. Doing well. The poppies are still coming along. Doing very well. And look, my wildflower blend has started taking off. I can't wait to see what all that does. I also have here is some comfrey, I think. Yes, comfrey. And it is doing well also. These are comfrey cuttings that I ordered from someone, and they sent them to me, so I'm anxious to see how they're doing. And so far, none of the garlic has popped up, but that's okay. In our last video in the garden, I'm not sure if you've seen right here, we had a cattle panel arch and a raised bed. But we're going to be relocating that bed, and actually, you can see down here, we're going to move it here and probably blend these beds together and just make one long bed. That way we can have more of a walkway through here when bringing in the wheelbarrow of wood chips. So I'm pretty excited about that. Our first garlic bed is doing really well. Nice and green. Putting on some new foliage. Very excited about that. Kale is pepping up and it is doing really good. Starting to get a little greener. I actually gave it some blood meal the other day, so it's doing good. So this is how we start out our raised beds. We put down a ton of cardboard because the grass that grows in here is crazy and it will creep in any and every way. So we put down a ton of cardboard, and then we come in, we build our box, we put it on top, and we'll fill that. Now some of our boxes are a lot bigger, like the one that the broccoli is in. And so we'll go in there, and hopefully I'll be able to do a video on that soon. We'll go in and we'll put in the yard waste, trees, things like that, broken down branches, whatever, stumps we can find. We'll cut that up and put it in there. And then we put our soil on top so that the soil cost is not as much to start a raised bed. Yard waste is your friend in the garden. Now here is where we grew our eggplant last year. It's a huge mound. you can't tell in the video. But we came in, and on top of where we grew last year, we added, because we grew in the native soil last year and we just mulched on top of it. But this time we added compost, and then on top of that we added in a bag of pro mix soil, and then we mulched that heavily. So come spring, when the rain gets in and waters all that, and it'll be ready to plant. It grew some awesome, beautiful eggplants last year, so I'm very excited about that this year. We did go in, we had some smaller raised beds. So our oregano and bee balm was in like a small box like this. So we came in the other day and we upgraded them, gave them more growing space. I know some people are like, what do you need with all that oregano? Well, you just never know who you might have to share it with. So I try to grow enough for everybody. The bee balm is doing amazing. I'll rake back this rice hole and you can see like it is really a lot of it under there. I tried to cover it up and let it do what it does, because I don't think it's quite ready for this cold weather, but it's popping up, I guess, because we're having warm days. So I'm trying to protect it a little bit. Our pollinators love that bee balm, and I've heard it can be invasive, so I'm still trying to keep it a little bit contained. Same with the oregano over here. We just came in, added some more soil, and it's growing beautifully. It does this time of year. It's amazing. It bolted last year and it's multiplying, doing good. I know the cardboard looks crazy right now, but hopefully we're going to be getting some wood chips soon. So we put that down around the edge so that this, I call it hay because basically what it is, it seems like. The grass just, it tries to get in the bed, so I don't care for that. This garlic, I see a few littles popping up. If you look a little close right there, and I see some over there and over here that's starting to pop up in the soil. So I'm pretty excited about that. Like I was saying, these raised beds, these are the ones that we came in and we put in probably up to here, yard waste, and then we put soil on the top. It breaks down over time, but it still allows you time to not have to put all that soil, and you have time to replenish, and it doesn't break the bank. These beds we amended with some Pro Mix, the yellow and black bag. We always buy at the end of the season. We wait till it goes on clearance, and that's when we buy our soil for the next year if we need to. So we did these beds, we've done those beds, and we're just excited. And that one over far by some of my winter sowing jugs. Over here we have the carrots that are doing good. They're starting to bounce back. You can hear Charlie in the background and the chickens. The kale that was in the bed that we took down, I transplanted it over here. It seems to be doing very well, and I'm excited about that. Cabbage is still doing good. We also came over here and amended the spinach bed. Took out some that had been burnt by the cold weather, but it's still doing really well. Gave it some blood meal, which is good for it. Give it a good feed, and it'll start taking off again soon. Again, the cilantro is totally blown my mind this year. We've gotten down to some really cold nights, and it's just still growing and producing like crazy. So I'm pretty excited about that. So along this fence here is our project for the next couple of days. We are wanting to build raised beds. I promised my kiddos that we would have a flower garden this year, above many things, but I promised them that we would have cut flowers for bouquets and things like that, and the pollinators. So here we're going to go down this fence with raised beds and put in the grow boxes. We're not sure how many we're going to do. We have some wood. We'll see what comes of it. But also another idea that I have is I bought some black totes the other day from Walmart. They are 17-gallon, and I think they're pretty awesome. One of my best friends grew in these last year, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go this year, because I do not want to waste this growing space, this vertical growing space. So what I'm gonna do, or what we're thinking, is we're gonna take a couple of pallets, put it in a space where there isn't a raised bed. We're gonna put down a tarp so that the grass doesn't grow up around it. Put this tote on top of that pallet and put things in here that are gonna vine, and that way we don't waste this vertical growing space. I mean, fencing is not cheap. You need to make it work for you and your budget. So to increase our growing space this year for things like beans, we can grow gourds, we can grow all kinds of things on this fence. So that's what we're gonna do this year. So at different points, I'm thinking like in the corners and things like that, or places we can't put a raised bed, we can set up pallets, even if we have to cut them in half, and put these on there and grow in them. Now, when I use these, I will not drill holes in the bottom. I will drill them on the side, probably about 2 inches up. Because if you drill holes in the bottom, things like this will dry out super fast in these hot, hot, hot southern summers. So I'm gonna give it a water reserve. I'm also gonna put some wood chips down. And as you can see, I use my fruit trees for drying purposes. When they're dormant, I have a bunch of marigolds that I pulled out, and I just cannot waste those seeds. So I'm going to harvest them. Hopefully I'll be able to give them away. I know there's a couple of groups that I have that we swap seeds on, and also I'm sure if there's any subscribers out there that would like some, just drop a comment below and I'll give you our email address so that you can contact me and I can send you some, because I truly believe in growing something. If you just start somewhere, it's just that one plant, that one seed is like the gateway drug to gardening. I know you can do it. So speaking of one seed, if you go and look up Single Seed Challenge, use a hashtag Single Seed Challenge 2021, and you'll see different videos on YouTube where people are doing this also. But the goal is you plant one seed and you watch the life cycle of that seed. You tend to that one seed. And that might be all the space that you have is to grow that one seed. But that's important, because from that one seed, you will get hundreds of seeds if you just take care of it, tend to it, nurture it, see it through its life cycle. It's an amazing process to watch things grow and then to die off. It's just a blessing to me. So make sure you do, if you can do that, do it. I encourage you to do it. Black Gumbo Southern Garden, he started it last year and it really took off. I love watching his videos about it. So this year I'm joining in and I'm going to do it also. So we purchased these coops a couple years ago when we first got our homestead from an Amish family. And though they have served their purpose, it is time for a change. So soon, and very soon, we're going to be building a chicken coop that will house both of these coops residents, plus more, because we want to expand our flock this year. If you have any chicken coop suggestions or ideas, please please feel free to share them with us. One thing we don't like, I mean, it has the run on their bottom, but on the days when it rains in the south for days and days and days, it's not covered, and I don't like that they get wet and things like that, because that leads to sickly chickens. So we want to build them a coop and a partially covered run. That way, even if it rains, they can still get out and be chickens and they don't have to stay cooped up. So I love our barnyard mixes. So if you look right over here under this log, you can see. And then, let me see if I can get a little closer. It grows like crazy. And this isn't the only spot that it grows on the property. You can see like multiple places over there, all over there. I just love it. Here is a different view of that garlic. Yeah, so awesome. This is our little sanctuary. We like to come out here in spring and summer and walk through the woods. I don't know if you can see. It slopes off pretty good, which most people probably wouldn't prefer, but we do. We like to go through the woods and see what we can find. And the deer absolutely love it out here. I think that garlic is so pretty in winter when everything else is just about dead and it's just that huge pop of green. And up there, the kids love to come down here and play. Say hi. Say hi, Tucker children.
Hi. Hi.
So.
No. Have you ever gone?
Yep. We're trying to think of some things that we can use this area for. But you can kind of see that water moving.
I hear the water. Come here, go you have to see it, run.
Slow down, son.
You have to be real quiet in here. Did you hear that?
100% sure what we're going to do. We have an idea that goats would probably love this area. And I think if we cleared it out, we could probably put some pigs down here too. Of course, that's all a bunch of work and a lot to do, but we have time on our hands to do that. It just takes longer than we think, but it's all a process, and it's a process we're pretty excited about. So I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope you are, like I said before, growing something, starting some seeds so you can grow something. And if all else fails, get you some plant starts. But pretty excited. We have a lot, like I said, we have a lot of things planned and a lot that we want to do. And I know that eventually it'll all come together. We're excited about it. We're looking forward to it. And we plan on taking you guys along with us as we build the chicken coop, as we continue to build our front garden, as we start the adventure on our back garden, as we acquire animals. Whatever it is we do, we'll take you along with us. We hope you have an amazing, wonderful day. This is Tucker Family Homestead. We ask you to join along with us. Subscribe if you like our videos. Like the videos. Comment. Like I said, we would like to get to know the people that are following along with us. We usually respond back. But again, also, if you're in need of some seeds, I know we have some lemon balm, oregano, bee balm, and I'll look and see what else, and I'll put it down in the description. And if you're needing seeds, like I said, I'll send you your email, and we'll be in contact with you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.